So if I understand it well, we have on one side Ceferin and UEFA that are without any shame deciding to copy the Super League concept. On the other side, Gianluca Rocchi, the boss of the referees, that is telling to all the Juventini after listening to the VAR audio, yes, it was a red, yes, it deserved a red, but on the other side, it was not a red, the fall of Berardi on Gleison Bremer. And then we have someone that is deciding that he wants to become the coach of Juventus, deciding the role of the players on the field. Maximum like on today's video if you didn't yet. Please continue to subscribe. That will support the channel more than you think. Ciao Juventini of the world. My name is Giuseppe. Welcome back on the channel. Ragazzi, it is Champions League night today. We will not play Champions League, so we will speak in today's video, of course, about the game of this weekend, the Derby della Mole. After the ugly draw against Atalanta 0-0, that game becomes even more important. We were able to score only one goal between Lecce and Atalanta. Update about Dusan Vlahovic, because we need our bomber back on the field from the first minute. But I first want to speak about two topics that are making me so angry you can't even imagine. Corriere dello Sport, è la volta buona. It is the right moment. For what? For Napoli to, for the first time in their history, to beat Real Madrid. Because tonight there is Napoli-Real Madrid. Am I pissed off because of that? No. Napoli deserves to win Serie A. Napoli deserves to play in Champions League. Napoli deserves to play these fantastic games against these fantastic, huge, big teams. What is making me angry is that small title. Champions. Tutto il mondo guarda la sfida del Maradona. Champions, the entire world is watching the game that will be played in the Maradona Stadium. Why am I pissed off? Because they are correct. The entire world, including myself, and probably you, will watch Napoli or Real Madrid. Other people, if they don't want to, they will watch Inter against Benfica. Tomorrow, people will watch Dortmund, Milan. They will even watch Lazio, even if we don't know against what team they are playing. They will watch Lazio. You know which is the team that people will not watch on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and even on Thursday? It is Juventus Football Club. Not because we didn't deserve it last season, because we deserved it. We finished third. We can even argue second, far from Napoli, but we were in that top four. But because of the off-the-field topics. And then you will tell me, Beppe, but, oh, we made a plea deal, stop talking about it, -10 because of plusvalenza, because of the salary maneuver, we all know it. You are banned from Europe because you didn't respect the financial parameter of the fair play, blah, 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 blah. Stop. Let's go back to the origin, and we all know it. We have to go back to that famous night of April 2021, where Andrea Agnelli Juventus and 11 other clubs, they decided to launch a site with a project called Super League that would have changed football forever. People on the street the day after protesting against it. Apparently, the thing, the sport, the football that was invented by the poor was about to be stolen by the rich. They were in protest, they were not accepting it. Where is the meritocracy for a closed league, etc., etc., etc. We will not recap everything. We all know it. Ceferin didn't accept that project for a simple reason, because UEFA was not included in it. So the third party that is today organizing the events of Champions League European competition was not participating on it, which would mean that the big entries of money would not have been gone immediately to them and then sharing to the other clubs, but it would have gone immediately to the clubs. A bigger part of the cake, something that would have helped millions of clubs to be still able to compete at high level and not creating the gap that we are seeing today with Premier League. Premier League deserved to be there, but the other ones, thanks to a fantastic competition that was the Super League that I always supported, would have still be there. The English clubs went away from the project immediately, not because of the people on the street, but because of the fantastic relation between Ceferin and the political world, especially with Boris, that decided to step up and to make sure that these clubs are not participating on it. Then, because of UEFA treatments, other clubs decided to leave the project, at least verbally, like Milano, like Inter, like Atletico Madrid, remaining with 3 clubs. The 2 Spanish ones, Real Madrid and Barcelona. And even if La Liga was not supporting the Super League, they always support their team. And then you had Juventus, the one that is in the eye, in the target of Ceferin since that night of April 21. For what reason? Because we know it, the collaboration between Agnelli and Ceferin was much more than president of UEFA and president of ECA. Much more than friends, much more than that, because they also created family link, with Ceferin becoming the godfather of Agnelli's daughter. From that moment on, he went for a personal battle, destroying Agnelli. And if he couldn't do it personally, he would have taken actually action against the thing that Agnelli loved the most, Juventus Football Club. If today we are in that situation of drama, of chaos, it's because of own mistakes. Let's take our responsibility on it, but the origin of it, the push of it, if today we are not playing Champions League, it's because of that famous night, and at the moment it succeeded. But what is making me even more pissed off is that a project that was rejected by the mass, and I was mocked, insulted because I believed in it, today UEFA is copying the project, and it has been already 18 hours that people are speaking about the rumors without any person on earth that is protesting. Even a lot of people are saying it's the only way to save football, without understanding that the big change, because the concept will be copied. If it happens, it's just a one-on-one copy from the Super League project to the new format of the Champions League, with forgetting one important thing. The money will still go streamlined by UEFA, that will still keep the monopoly and the dominance of it. And that's a huge, big factor. What are these changes that they will bring to the UEFA format? Well, they want from 2027 to launch a 3-league format, with the lowest one called the Aspiring League, the Europa League in the middle, and then, yes, you guessed it right, the first one with 18 teams called the Super League. Without any shame, ragazzi. Just the same name, just the same project. Relegation and promotions, two that can be relegated from the big one to the Europa League, only two, to preserve the big clubs to not relegate. In the middle one, you have 4 relegations to the lowest one and 4 promotion from the lowest one to the middle one. What about the new spots? Well, not a lot. Not a lot. So the meritocracy of playing your league will be few, will not be huge. So that meritocracy will not be there that much as how much people were protesting against that meritocracy concept. It makes me angry even more, because when I told you that La Liga was protecting the 2 Spanish clubs, well, Federazione Italiana Gioco Calcio, Italian football, was absolutely not helping Juventus. Instead, they were even pushing to punish Juventus. It makes me angry because they even threatened Juventus that if they would have played one single game in that new competition, not being part of UEFA, they would have been even pushed out of Italian football, of Serie A, because it was an abomination, it was a disaster, it was ugly, that concept of Super League that would have changed football forever and probably make it collapse. Yesterday afternoon, Abodi, the president or the minister of sport in Italy, when he was asked about what do you think about that Super League project, he said, it's a fantastic concept. Why not? I like it if it's managed by UEFA. Ragazzi, what are we speaking about? We were pushed out from that league, from that project. We were pushed out and persecuted for that. And we are paying the consequence of it, for at the end understanding that it's a fantastic project. Power, politics, that's what we are speaking about. And I'm pissed off because today, if you're open Gazzetta dello Sport, you see Inter, you see Napoli, you see Real Madrid, you see Milan, you see Fiorentina even, you see all of the teams, you don't see Juventus. And that makes me so sad, because the consequences are even more huge. And at the end, who is paying the price? We, the Tifosi. We are also paying the price of some decisions from the referee. We all remember 2 seasons ago, Coppa Italia, final Supercoppa, whatever you want to, Inter, penalty given, not given, Zaccaria. We all remember decision that made us lose some trophies. But also last year, that famous one, it was not the only one, but that famous offside no offside in the Salernitana game that at the end make us lose 2 points that were crucial to become second in the league at the end of the year. So these 2 points can have an impact. Well, now we saw another episode. Berardi at the 58th minute, where they were winning 2-1, big foul on Gleison Bremer. All of us were saying this is a red. Red has not been given. Today we have VAR, and we have a newness in 23-24. It's that 2 weeks after the game has been played, DAZN Italian television is releasing this audio. We can enter the VAR room and hearing what they are saying with Gianluca Rocchi, that is the boss of the referee, that is commenting live what has been taken. 2 weeks. Why? I don't know. Will they reduce the time in the future? Can be, but at the moment, 2 weeks, it's suspicious. It's annoying. Why do we have to wait for a hot topic? We want to know immediately. We don't want to wait 2 weeks if the audio is already available. But that's another topic. What has been said? Well, at the end, recapping, Rocchi is saying, according to me, it was a red. But what has been said? Why didn't they give that red card? We have to enter the room. That's what we are doing now. So, from the moment that there was that foul, the referee is giving a yellow card. Colombo, referee of that game, giving a yellow card. But from there, immediately he's saying to Max Allegri and his boys, wait, because in the VAR room, they are checking it and they will come back with me to the decision. So the decision from the ref at that very moment can happen because he's a human like you, like me. He's saying yellow card. In the VAR room, you hear immediately big words like, oh my gosh, what a big fall, disaster, attenzione, that's a red. This is what you are hearing in the first reaction, human reaction. And from that moment on, they go fast. They try to find all the angles. They watch the images of camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, all the possible angles, where at the end, the VAR responsible, that is Fabri, is saying, it's, yes, a really ugly fall, but he rubbed the leg. So he slid on the leg. It didn't stop on the leg. It rubbed on the leg. So yes, the foot was high. Yes, it is a risk. It is an ugly foul. But because he slid and because he rubbed it, it is, according to me, a yellow card. I confirm the yellow card. Di Martino, that was the assistant VAR, saying, according to me, the contact point is ugly, but I will confirm the yellow card. This is what has been said in that room. They take a wrong decision because I don't know what would have been needed, that the leg of Bremer would have broken probably to receive a red card. And that's why Rocchi is explaining while listening to the audio what he thought about it, because he's the boss of the referee. He's saying, questa situazione è molto particolare. It's a really particular case. For us, it is a red card. And from a procedural way, it should have been a red. Because what did they do in the VAR room? They went to check all the different angles and they did their job completely well. They had a feeling it was red, but they investigated, they checked all the different angles. And at the end, they did their job really well because they didn't stop at 1 or 2 images, but they really tried to investigate to see all the angles. And they stopped at an angle of the video where you could probably doubt. If I was at the monitor that day and watching that camera, I would probably say it was a yellow. They did a mistake in not going with the on-the-field camera review, where it was clear that it was a red, because according to me, it was a red. Not only the result, the final result needs to be punished, not only the intention needs to be punished, but also the risk that you are bringing, the way that you're entering needs to be taken into consideration. This is what the law is saying. So what is he saying to us? He's saying, for me it was a red. It should have been a red. The law, the rules are saying it's a red, but congratulations, because in the VAR room, they didn't stop at that first image. They watched all the different images and they took a decision. Did they do a mistake? Yes, but it's not really a mistake. It's not the first time that we are hearing these kind of things against Juventus. Was there a mistake? Yes, there was an offside, but let's not scream at the scandal. It is a mistake, but nobody did a mistake. Words of Gravina, match day 6 of 22-23. We are hearing exactly the same thing. So it looks like if you are doing a mistake against Juventus, it's okay. Nobody will speak about it. We, Juventini, on the channel, we didn't even spoke about it after the game. We said it was a red, but let's not cry about that specific topic. We lost because we deserve to lose. It doesn't mean because it was a red that we would have won that game. Maybe yes, maybe drawing, maybe no. But anyway, why? And this is something that I don't understand. All these kind of referee decision will be reviewed, will be talked about, and at the end, because they go out with an explanation that it makes totally no sense, they're telling us it was a mistake, but it's okay. Let's accept it and move on. No, I don't move on, because it's every single time against Juventus. And 2 points lost here, 2 points lost here, 3 points lost here, and at the end, you finish not first, not second, not third, not fourth. You don't know where you finish in the league, and that's a danger. Let's go back now, finishing the video, to speak about the actuality. Tutto sport, Vlahovic a tutti I costi. Vlahovic at all cost. Why? Because we need, I said in the big intro of the video, we need Dusan Vlahovic on the field. And there is a plan to have him back, because he's not at 100% of his physical condition, but the plan is to, this week, let him train partially with the team, not with the team, saving him on some exercises so that you can have the maximum potential of Dusan Vlahovic in his physical condition to play from the first minute against the Derby. Will he be there? Today I can't confirm. Will he start the game? I can't confirm, but there is a plan to bring him because he's super important. And yes, conceding 0 goal against Atalanta can be perceived as good, but only good if you are able to score, which we were not able to do against Atalanta, and only 1 goal against Lecce. It's not enough for a team that wants to first enter the top 4 to have the desire at that moment to go and compete maybe for something bigger that is the first spot. Anyway, Curva will be there. We know it against Torino. I think that there will be a fantastic atmosphere. My biggest question mark, of course, is will they be there then in the next game against Verona when I will be in the stadium. Ragazzi, this week on Thursday we will have more news about Paul Labille Pogba, because we have the counter analysis of the doping test. From there on, we will know a lot more. Gazzetta dello Sport is speaking that Juventus is following Jolberg from Tottenham. Tutto Sport is saying no, that's not the target for Juventus, blah, 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 blah. We will see about Mercato. But one of the possibilities is that Weston McKennie is taking a spot in the midfield. At least this is what the father of Weston is asking on Twitter, because he wrote, put McKennie in the midfield, Wea on the wing. They have proven they played well together in their respective positions. Big tweet. Big standing of position, big tweet against Massimiliano Allegri that didn't take that spot. I want to give my opinion. Weston McKennie is a player that none of you, not even me, were wanting at Juventus 23-24. We were not even believing that he would stay at Juventus. It is a player that, you know it, from the moment that they are in our team, I will try to support them, and I will try to be objective in judging them from the moment that he's playing on that right side of the field. He's doing much better than everything that we saw. Will it continue? We don't know, because the performance against Atalanta was not great from Weston. But before that, the game that he played were really, really nice and beautiful, and also praised by the Tifosi. If he plays in a regional role, I don't know if he will be able to bring the same performances, if he will start over a Fagioli, over Adrien Rabiot that is not having a good start of the season. It's not because it works at USA against I don't know what team, Honduras or I don't know, that it will work in Serie A. I am not sure about it, that it will work for the expectation of a coach like Massimiliano Allegri that is asking for balance. So, ragazzi, calma. If we start also with the parents of the players that are sharing their opinion based on nothing, I don't understand it. And that's also why a few hours later he said, I have my own opinions, but I never wish anyone to be fired. At the end of the day, a coach has a plan. We don't have to like it. I am also a fan, but he's the coach. Let's not take my words out of context. Well, John, with all the respect for you, calma. You are a father. We are already in a difficult moment. Your son is playing, because Weston McKennie is praised. Be happy for what is happening to your son. Enjoy it and embrace it, because if we was maybe ready to start Serie A, probably your son would not even have played and being a bench player, or maybe have been sold this summer. So calma, I want everyone to be calm, because otherwise we will not be able to finish, not even match day 38, but I don't know if we will arrive at match day 10 with the environment that is at the moment. If we have UEFA against us, the referee that are taking really strange decisions, if we the supporters, one game we go when we decide to support, the other game we don't support, Allegri in, Allegri out, we defend, we are against, if we are starting like that, mamma mia, calma, analyzing, and we go forward. We have to go back to what we tested this summer. We can't just give up on these ideas. If Max Allegri is going back to the ideas of the beginning of the season, I don't know if we will win something this year, but at least we would have seeded something on the ground so that we can at least see the beautiful things in 1 year. But we have to start immediately and not renouncing. Anyway, ragazzi, thank you for watching, for listening. Were big topics to speak about today. Grazie, forza, Juve.